A move. Truex on the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Alright guys, and welcome to try number 2 of doing a live stream with learning a new track from scratch. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I'm going to show you guys that it's really not all that difficult. I know some of the things I've been preaching through the last few broadcasts is that for our Indy series and for a potential winter series that you guys have been voting on, road course racing is going to come to Dynasty Racing League at some point, and I want to get as many of you interested as possible. Now, in this survey, where there's complete anonymity, if that's how I said that word, anonymity. Either way, a lot of you guys have said that you are super interested in it as long as it fits your schedule and stuff like that. And one of the things is you guys didn't want to spend a lot of money. Not everyone owns all the tracks, not everyone owns all the cars. But so in my last video, I tried a Dallara IR18 at Road America. It didn't go great. I'm not great in the IR18, especially going to a track that I don't know in a car that I don't know. Obviously, I've been to Road America before. It's actually just a few hours away from my house, so I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna select a random track here. Something that's interesting. Very interesting. Does Michigan have a track? No, it doesn't. For the Winter Series, guys, I've been trying to pick on tracks here that New Hampshire has a track. Wow! I've been trying to pick tracks for that survey for the Winter Series. Again, potentially that has not been confirmed. That everyone would own. So it's going to be a lot of Rovals here, as Gateway has a fun little road course, as you can see here. It's not overly difficult, but it's still fun. And New Hampshire was one of the biggest surprises when I was going through here looking at some research. New Hampshire has a crazy road course back here. I mean, if you look up in that picture there in the center, it goes all over the place. It actually leaves the track and then comes back in. So some really cool tracks to go to. Some, if we look at Auto Club has a huge road course kind of here in the center. None of it's overly difficult. A lot of it is, it's a Roval. Rovals are generally a little bit easier than, let's just say, yeah, the Circuit Zolder track. It's a road course. That's what it's made to do. So even Atlanta even has a road course here that's mostly, if you look up there, you go about 3/4 of the actual oval, and then you just go in the infield and just take a little detour, and then you're right back out right there, kind of in the middle of turn 1, entering turn 2. So kind of neat. That's kind of just so you guys kind of have an idea of what I was trying to get at with some of the descriptions in the survey there. Not always easy to understand, especially coming from me, because I'm kind of a weirdo. Does Texas have a road course? Well, yeah, it does, and it's mostly oval with a little bit of road course in it. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. So right now I'm going to pick a track that I haven't been to. What was that fun little looking thing here? Was that New Hampshire? There it is. Yep, there's New Hampshire. Yes, this is the one that was kind of leaving. What's the other ones? Oh, you can add more oval. No, we don't need more oval. This is a road course. I'm just kidding. I want more oval. All right, anyway. So we're going to go with... No, just kidding. Full road course. I'm so indecisive, guys. For the car... For the car, I think we're going to go with the... What do I want to drive? I can drive the Merc. We'll drive the Merc. Why not? Big old car on this tiny little road course. That should be interesting, right, guys? So we are going to get that all fired up here. And in the meantime, we're going to watch this loading screen for a second. So I'm just going to put you guys on mute, and I will return in about a minute. Alright guys, we are back. We're loading up New Hampshire here. Now this isn't going to be one of those videos that goes on forever. I'm not going to try to, get crazy. I'm just going to show you that you can go into a track that you don't know. That's the whole point of this video for some of the guys that are a little reluctant to start up road course racing. I want you to go into a track that you've never been to, and maybe a car that you've never been to. And I want you to be able to know that you can go into it with a little bit of confidence. And the number one way you're doing that is you can tell by these screenshots on the scenic view is that line there. Not everyone knows that line exists. iRacing is a full simulator, so sometimes you may not know that you have this to use. And now there's a lot of get out of here. There's a lot of leagues that will, when they create the session, they'll make it so that you can't use this stuff. I don't know why, because this doesn't make you faster, guys. This isn't going to guarantee that you're first place. This is just going to guarantee that you don't drive off into the sunset thinking that you're doing one thing, but you actually have to take a sharp turn in a different direction, and then you just obliterate a wall. That's really all this is. It's just making sure that, especially with like elevation changes, which we'll see a little bit here at New Hampshire, it looks like. Again, this is my first time here, so this should be fun. Again, awesome. And this is also a good testing opportunity to see if some of these rovals that we might use for the Winter Series actually work. So, one of the things that I do here is any series here in the Dynasty Racing League is a fixed setup, so we just make sure that we're on the baseline there. There's no point in tinkering with any of this stuff since I wouldn't be able to anyway. So then I go here to options, and I always reset my pedals because I'm a weirdo. I'm a psychopath. So we're going to get that. Woohoo! Now down here in the bottom right, below that, it says driving aids. You'll see, what shift aid? What can you do? Auto clutch? Why? What's the point? Anyway, you'll see that there are two things here. I'll uncheck them, but you can check these guys. Driving line, which is that thing behind there, the green and red, and pit exit line, which is a new addition here to the iRacing as of yesterday, which is exciting for everyone, I'm sure. Adjust my brakes here. Make it 2. Perfect. Now, in the last video that I had that didn't work because I didn't have my audio hooked up correctly, it was very real. You were coming in here and you were seeing exactly what I would do, and in a track that I don't know, and it got ugly, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this one should be fine. I'm going to do a little less talking here, which is probably what you guys really care about. You don't need to listen to me. You already listen to me 2 or 3 times a week, just rambling on during a broadcast. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take this first lap slow. I've never been here. I got to figure out what this track is even doing. And for the driving line, it'll show you suggested braking points. It'll start to turn red. The more red it becomes, the harder on the brakes you should be. I mean, come on, guys. That part should be self-explanatory. And then green means go. I don't know if you knew that. Just letting you know that green means go. Just saying. So what we're gonna do here is, quick disclaimer: I run VR. This is obviously not VR. You can tell that my head is not moving. Nothing is moving. This is stationary. So for me, this is going to be a triple struggle, and I'll tell you why. A, I don't have my VR on, which, guys, I suggest you get if you can. If you have the financial capabilities and you have the computer that can handle VR, to some degree, get it. You have to get that. It's incredible. Now, anyway... Before that I had triple monitors, but since I'm streaming live, my triple monitors are not in use. My middle monitor is using OBS, while my right monitor has Discord and YouTube. So my left monitor is actually what I'm racing on here, so this will be very interesting. I don't know where I'm supposed to exit. I assume here. Okay, goodbye. Now, as you can see, the driving line is nice and helpful. Kind of green. What the hell is going on with this track right now? Pardon the clicking in the background. That's going to be my flappies. You're going to hear them a lot. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick them up, but it's probably going to. So, this is New Hampshire. This is kind of unique because it kind of goes out of the course and comes back in. But as you can see, I'm not trying to set any records here. I'm just trying to make sure that I know where I'm going, and I wouldn't be able to do that nearly as easily if it wasn't for this line assist. And guys, turning on this line assist doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't, your wife is not going to leave you. Your girlfriend's not going to cheat on you. All this means is that you don't know New Hampshire road course, which I don't think anybody should, because I've never seen anyone drive it ever. So, as you can tell, it doesn't seem like it's actually too difficult of a road course. You just got to kind of figure it out. Now, of course, everyone's favorite part of a road course, the oval. What? Anyway, so hard on the brakes. Now, again, with road course racing and these GT3 cars and the IR18 car especially, take it easy on the first couple laps, guys. These tires needed some heat, and I'm not going to build a substantial amount of heat into these tires right now because I'm just putting. But after a couple laps, they'll get a little warm, and then you'll be able to tell that there's less wheel spin on the exit of these corners and on these elevation changes. So. Just putt. Now, guys, I mean. Again, nobody's watching me right now. Like, in my house, no one's judging me. My children aren't going to not call me father anymore because they know that I'm just taking it easy with the line assists. Just do it. It's not difficult, and it's super easy. All you have to do is kind of move your wrist a little bit with your mouse, and then click the one finger just the one time. That's it. I showed you guys how to do it earlier. Now, again, I'm not just getting used to this track here. I'm also getting used to the fact that I'm on a single monitor, which is more than I'm definitely not used to all these changes here at once. But I am used to the GT3 car a little bit, so you can kind of, you can kind of know what it's very similar to anything that has a cage around it. You can kind of whip it around, and it's pretty forgiving. The most forgiving is probably Skip Barber, which in the survey, you guys, spoiler alert, it is between the GT3 and the Skip Barber. And it wasn't even close, you guys. A couple people wanted the K&N series vehicles for the road course, which would have been fun. It's almost similar to these cars where they're pretty heavy and there's a lot of spin on exit and stuff like that. But, actually, if anything, right now I'm actually going maybe a little bit too fast. Just trying to learn what you need, learn what you can get away with, learn what you need to do. But anyway, the K&N series, that was a no-go, guys. It was rough. They're slash Porsche, not so much. I was hoping you guys would pick up on the V8 series, the Ford Falcon, those V8 cars, but you guys disappointed me in that one. That's okay. But it is GT3 and Skip Barber. And as I checked last time, I had 40 votes in, and it was almost tied. It actually might be tied, so I might have to re-vote, or I might have to repost that question. That way, and you know, kind of just get all the other cars out of there, and get an actual true vote on just these, between these two vehicles, the GT3 and the Skips. But I mean, you guys, I haven't spun out yet, so that's the name of the game when it comes to road course racing. If you can stay on the track, you're gonna finish well, because even if one person ahead of you spins out once, at you know, 2 or 3 seconds they're off the course. Plus they got to turn their car around. Plus they have to cool their tires down if they spun on asphalt. So I mean, that's 7, 8, 9 seconds that you're losing total, you know, potentially. And if you're not going, let's say, the pace of the leaders, but you're still just staying on the course and keeping your car clean, you're going to get a top 10. You're going to get a top 5 in all these races. And, you know, join an official race. And you know, prove me wrong. I guarantee you won't. Obviously, I'm going a little slower now than you'd want to in a race, but I've never been here before. So, you know, you definitely want to put a little bit of time in. For some guys, utilizing the Dynasty Racing League practice time before each race when you join the race service, some of them, that's good enough. For some guys, they put in, you know, Brandon Dalton, I know he's mentioned that he's put in hundreds of laps on a road course the week of, you know, that it's scheduled to run. So, for example, this week is Canadian Tire. He, you know, guys like him who come out and they dominate the races and they lead the laps and get the wins and get the podiums. They're the ones that are putting in a couple hours here, and sorry, just trying to concentrate here. And you know, they're the ones getting the wins, and that's all. I mean, that's what it is. It's just time. It's not, you're not born with some weird road course racing gene. You just got to put in the practice if you want to do it. So I'm actually going to shut up for a lap or two here and see what I can do. And my eyes have just about adjusted to running on a single monitor here. So I'll see if I can, I don't know, improve my time a little bit. My fastest time here, actually, let's look. All right, there we go. Trying to beat 111. And that'll obviously happen next lap since I just coasted for 4 seconds. This corner right here is really tripping me out. There we go. Now, I'm doing this video for the sole purpose of boosting other people's confidence. I'm no way trying to suggest that I'm some sort of road racer, so... Ooh, no, 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 no. So this won't be the greatest lap in the universe, but you know, that's the problem with, you know, I've been here for 6 laps total in my life, so I can't, I don't quite know what I can and can't do. Plus I haven't driven the Merc in like 7 months. I need to do some more GT3. Do that. Start prepping for the 6 hours at Watkins Glen and all that stuff that'll be coming up. It's a good time to be a road course racer, you guys. A lot of fun events that are always planned, you know, endurance events that you can do with some of the other DRL members. So. tell, I might be starting to get a little bit more confidence here and letting that tail end do a little bit more work for me, as that's one of the keys to GT3. If you can kind of get the whole car moving and working for you, you'll definitely cut some not seconds, but you'll cut some time off of your lap times here. And I will say though, as far as a Roval goes, this is probably one of the more interesting ones I've witnessed. I mean, we saw some of the other ones like Atlanta, and we all know the Charlotte one. It's mostly oval. Look at that, 109, guys. Hell yeah, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate by wrecking this motherfucker. No, it's dead. There, 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds after 6 laps. Not bad. And again, I suck. Like, it's not even close. So hopefully, you know, maybe they help boost some confidence there or something. Look at those beautiful jumpsuits. Oh my god. We're gonna watch this last lap here, and you'll see here. Maybe we'll do this. We'll do a little. We'll see how bad it looks without the racing line, because it might just look atrocious, and this whole video might be one giant lie, but I don't think so. Alright guys, let's see what this looks like. Huh? Yeah, not bad. Could be worse. Could be better. I'm definitely staying in those lower gears longer, just to try to alleviate some of the wheel spin here. As Chris James, I'm reading his message now. Yeah, no kidding. If a road racing gene does exist, Brandon definitely has it. Asshole. But I mean, it doesn't look awful. Now, if I was broadcasting this, you guys, for DRL TV, and this is, you know, and I came onto your car and this is what you were doing, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't be like, dude, this dude's just awful. Get off the track and go home. Like, no, it's legitimate. It's legitimate stuff here. Again, a little slow through that third sector. I know I could pick up another 1.5 seconds at least. And that's the thing. Like, you might be surprised with how much time is you can gain here. As you know, look at these lap times. Fucking just poop, and then 2 seconds faster out of nowhere. Let's go to lap 2 here and see kind of what lap 2 looked like. Oh, it's just creeping, just going so slow. Look at this. This is like the equivalent of not being able to color in the lines. Oh man, I'm all over the place. There, we'll just watch this now. Just going super slow. You can even hear it in the engine. But I mean, that was 5 minutes, you guys. So I'm gonna post this all over Discord. I'm going to make you guys watch it. I better have 40 views, and I better see 40 people out there for these road course races coming up, because, again, I'm doing this to help promote, you know, the Indy series and help, you know, kind of look at that. It's like my grandma driving out there right now, just putting through the turnpike. Lord have mercy. You'll see that, you know, again, road course racing is gonna become a fixture. It may not be as predominant as the oval races that we do. Look at this. Actually, it's funny, that third sector didn't look any different. I still suck through there. But, you know, it's not gonna. We're not all of a sudden gonna become like a road course league or anything. But there's gonna be an opportunity for some of the road course races here, like Brandon Dalton, Matthew DePriest, myself. This is obviously what I prefer. I consider myself adequate. I'm not great, but I'm okay, especially with some practice time. I'm one of the guys that definitely needs the practice time to be good. I'm not a natural, such as Brandon Dalton or something like that. But so yeah, I mean that's what we're working with here. No excuses, guys. I definitely want to see a little bit more turnout for these Indy races. Now, the Indy car, the IR18, is not the GT3. You don't want to be whipping the back end around. You don't, you know, you can't. It's a completely different beast. It's something that you'll definitely need a little seat time in. Don't just show up to a race and be like, hey, I'm here, guys. What's up? No, you have to absolutely put in a little bit of time there, because they're a little bit more touchy, as you would expect. With these GT3 cars, they're not as aero and downforce dependent as those other cars, the IR18s. So these ones you just need grip. For the IR18, you need wind, you need downforce. So hopefully we can get a little bit more turnout there. I'm going to be broadcasting it as long as we get like 10 cars. I can make a broadcast interesting with 10 vehicles, and you know, if we can get 10 cars, 15 cars, 20 cars, that would be perfect, especially when we start going to the bigger road course races. This week is Canadian Tire, but of course the next road course race we go to is Road America, and you know, it's going to be really exciting. And I mean, obviously we're also going to ovals too. We're going to be going to Texas in the Milwaukee Mile coming up. But, you know, guys, I don't want to see you just to come to the ovals and then skip the road course races. It's kind of silly. Again, if this series continues on to next year, that might be something that we implement, that you have to go to X amount of road courses in order to even, you know, go to the oval series, or the oval part of the series, and compete. So, but for now, I hope you guys enjoyed my awful driving, and just remember, hey, pay attention right here. Are you ready? Oh, that's it. That's all you need, guys. So, as always, I'm Getty Buckner for DRL TV, or the Dynasty Racing League. If you need anything, you can always message me personally. But you know what? You guys have a good one. And if I don't see you Thursday, I'm judging you, and I probably won't like you anymore. So, have a good one, guys. Take it easy.